and buy me brand new torches. They light up when you light them. They're sticks when you don't.
Let's just say I'm Frankenstein's monster.
Say it out loud.
Frankenstein!
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. My name, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
Okay, welcome back to Franken-Fridays, the show where we talk about as many Frankenstein movies as I can get through before Del Toro's Frankenstein comes out later this year. This episode we're talking about FrankenThumb, because I wanted to do a shorter episode. So this is one of a series of short films, I guess, directed by Steve Oedekerk, who also did some other animated stuff. He worked on Jimmy Neutron and Barnyard and Cowboys and Aliens for some reason.
It's true. All of it.
Years before The Annoying Orange, he developed this animation technology called thumbmation, where he puts faces onto thumbs and thumb-like puppets, and then they reenact movies but stupid. The most famous and probably best of these was, of course, Thumb Wars, which, if you've heard of any of them, you might have heard of that one. And I am a huge fan of Thumb Wars. It was a very formative comedic voice growing up for me, which was literally just taking a thing that I already liked, Star Wars, and then making it really stupid and having dumb jokes throughout. And that's the whole thing.
I have a question. Why do we all speak in British accents when we're from outer space and there is no Britain?
And for whatever reason, that tickled my little funny bone. And kind of in a similar vein to Mel Brooks, except Mel Brooks has like genuine moments of cleverness, where these are more just like, the jokes are just like really stupid. Anyways, there were several of these, Thumbtanic, Bat Thumb, the Blair Thumb Project, and FrankenThumb, one of the later ones, which is what we're talking about today. I don't have a whole lot to say about this. It's pretty much exactly what you expect it to be. It's a retelling of the Frankenstein mythos, but with thumbs. It's about as stupid as it sounds. I don't think it quite hits the comedic heights of Thumb Wars, which I genuinely think is very funny, but there were definitely a few moments that were so stupid that they cracked me up. Here are some of my favorite of the jokes.
You are being careful now, okay?
Daddy, are you Italian?
Yes, I do not sell lighters, as my family was killed in a bad fire accident.
But yeah, it follows a lot of the same beats that you've come to expect if you've ever seen a Frankenstein adaptation before. We do the obligatory hunchback character gets the wrong jar of brain bit that we've seen several times.
Are they geniuses, Humpy?
I guess so. I can't read!
I like that when the monster gets created, he has little thumbtacks in his neck instead of bolts, because they're thumbs. Get it? Any little puppetry and stuff that's been altered for scale I find very charming and silly. Like there's the sequence with the angry mob and they all get torches, but the torches are just matches because they're thumbs. See? That's the joke. It's so dumb. These movies are all around 30 minutes and you can find most of them on YouTube. I recommend them. I think they're very silly and very funny. Definitely a very specific type of dumb humor, but it's the kind that I like. So Thumb Wars in particular I think is genuinely pretty good. Something about the classic hero's journey and the world of Star Wars kind of lends itself for parody.
My uncle's soon dead and Aunt Gunabide need me to help with the harvest.
Wait a second. What are their names?
Soon dead and gonna bite it? Oh my gosh!
And I think the budget was bigger on that one also. Or at least I remember it looking better than this one. Although maybe this one was kind of going for a like 30s low budget aesthetic, if I'm being generous. I'm gonna go into spoilers now for FrankenThumb, if you care. If you're at all interested in these films, I say just go watch them. But there is like one joke in particular in the third act that I think is worth not spoiling, but I do want to talk about it. So I'm gonna go into spoilers now, but there's your warning. Go watch these movies. I think they're fun. They're not that long, and there's like 4 of them. In the third act, Frankenstein's monster, in this version named Pepper.
Pepper?
Yes, Pepper. Because he really spiced up our lives. Oh.
He's been chased by the angry mob into the windmill. Windmill's on fire, like in the 30s movie. And the hunchback character, who's just named Hunchy or something like that, is like, oh, maybe we could use this fire extinguisher. And then Dr. FrankenThumb is like, no, I have a better idea. And then he resurrects Bat Thumb from the Bat Thumb movie, just out of nowhere. And then Franken Bat Thumb drives in the Batmobile, the Bat Thumb mobile, or whatever it was called, and shows up to save the day, and then uses the same fire extinguisher from the earlier scene to put out the fire. And it's so fucking out of nowhere and so stupid that I love it. It's a joke that like absolutely should not work because it's a reference to a previous movie that has nothing to do with this. But in a weird way, I think it kind of works even if you aren't aware that they made a Bat Thumb movie. Because 1, they actually do set this up in an earlier scene. But 2, it's so out of pocket anyways that I think it kind of works fine as its own bit. Because it's just so fucking out of nowhere and just stupid that it kind of, I don't know, it made me laugh. I thought, I'm like, this is so dumb. It's incredible. And then all our main characters, Dr. FrankenThumb, Hunchback guy, Pepper, Franken Bat Thumb, and that Italian guy decide that they're gonna take over the world. And that's the end of the movie. Our characters just become a villainous gang, and the movie ends. It's so stupid. I loved it. That's this movie. I don't know what else to say. There's really not much to it. It's pretty much exactly what you expect. If you think this style of humor is funny, then you might like it. I don't think it's as good as Thumb Wars, but it's still pretty funny, in my opinion. I'm gonna try to do some more of these in the fall. There's a bunch more Frankenstein movies that I want to get through before we get to Del Toro's, and I only have a couple more months to do it in, so we're gonna do our best. But thank you for watching, and subscribe for more videos. We're going through as many Frankenstein movies as we can. Click on the links for more of them. Have you seen any of these Thumb movies? Do you think they're fucking stupid? Do you think they're actually pretty funny? Let me know in the comments. Bye-bye.